Hey Dan, how are you?
How's it going?
I'm good. Got myself set up here, sorry. Um, yeah, into the knockout stages. And just first of all, how important is it for Leinster to win a trophy this season?
Yeah, it's obviously something since I've come into the group over the last few years. I haven't won a trophy with this group, and it's definitely been something we talk about at the start of every year is trophies, and it's a major part of this club, and the history of this club is winning trophies. So we talk about it all the time, and I think it's important too. So we won't get ahead of ourselves. We have to win on Saturday to put ourselves in a position to go into a semi and win that, and then we'll move on from there. But it is an important week for the club, and in the Aviva against Ulster is a good way to start.
So
Can't hear you there
you're
now.
on mute there, Michael.
Thank you. Just talking to you guys for the last couple of years, there's a lot of stock placed on the work that Gary Keegan does and Declan and lots of and performance coaches, the good work they do. I was just wondering about when you look back at the New Zealand game, the England game, and the Toulouse game. Is there something that's spotted in review that hints at why maybe the team didn't perform on the big occasions as well as we know they can?
Yeah, ultimately it's going to be the hardest game you play all season. Finals, it's always going to be a different feel to it. We review each game, and there's always probably different areas. One thing that probably comes back is it's always who can master the basics the best. I think you can fall into a trap of maybe trying to do too much or having a plan that's too intricate, and then you forget about the small basics of just game plan, territory, breakdown, and carries and tackles. So that's definitely one thing. But I don't think it's a mindset thing. I think everyone's intent you see in those games is right at the top of the game. It's tough when you're playing a team that obviously has a plan to disrupt you, and if that plan comes up and works, that they'll probably do well. So I don't think there's anything like that's been one specific team over the last couple of years, but we've definitely taken our lessons from each of those games individually, and hoping to put them into practice now when we come into these knockout games.
I know Leinster, they have an attacking style, they go to the corner, but just in terms of the last match against Ulster and then the Toulouse match as well, is it important that Leinster play cup rugby against Ulster this Saturday?
Yeah, exactly. You want to sort of apply scoreboard pressure when you can. Obviously, we have multiple options that we prepare during the week that we feel like confident if we want to go for the corner or if we want to do a tap and go penalty or something. So those conversations we had during the week now, but I think in knockout rugby it does change a little bit, and at the end of the day you just need to win. So it doesn't have to be as glamorous as maybe your pre-season sort of or in-season games. So that'll be discussions this week about whether we go to the corner or take points, and how we best apply sort of scoreboard pressure.
And I suppose it's handy to have that most recent or the defeat, the lessons you can take from the defeat to Ulster so recent in the memory.
Yeah, we weren't going to brush over that game. I think you could easily just say, "Oh, forget about that. It's too ugly to look at." But no, we looked at it in good detail last week and learnt our lessons, and we need to definitely take some of those lessons into. We took it into last week. I thought you could see a good change in what we were focusing on last week, and definitely for the next couple of weeks, hopefully, and this game on Saturday against Ulster, still those points will be definitely relevant, especially probably around the breakdown, and our turnover rate is still too high last week as well as against Toulouse.
And I just see maybe that Gary will be available for this weekend, and hopefully he gets back, Gary Greenrose. What do you think the team missed? I mean, he obviously brings a huge amount of experience and just game intelligence in the backfield. It's a great time to have him back, I suppose.
Yeah, he's back training, which is brilliant to have him. Obviously he's captain of the club, which is a massive role that is placed on a player like Gary. So he's been great over this whole time that he's been injured. He's been real supportive, been really involved. So it's good to have someone like him back training and showing his standards, because he's a top quality player.
Did you get a chance to look at any of the Sevens highlights, or did you see Hugo's involvements? And what did you make of it? And looks likely you're going to have to play your next few games without Hugo. What do you make of that?
Yeah, no, it's brilliant that he gets the opportunity to follow one of his dreams. Obviously, he was an integral part of that squad for a number of years, and for him to get the opportunity to go back and hopefully play in the Olympics, you can't really blame him. But we hope that he goes well. I'm not sure what his sort of plan is over the next couple of weeks, if he'll be back with us or not. But no, it's exciting to see the sort of talent being dispersed in different squads.
Just the last one from me. What have you made of Ulster since they made Richie interim coach and then permanent head coach? A real uptick in their fortunes, and it's not a coincidence.
Yeah, there's definitely confidence in their game at the moment. We've played them twice this year and lost, so they're definitely a team that we need to put maximum focus on. They control the game real well, great kicking game, and then some brilliant individuals that can strike when needed. So we'll do a good bit of work now this week on how we can manage that game better. We'll look back at those two games we played them already and make sure that we take our lessons from that and apply them for the weekend.
That's brilliant. Thanks very much for your time, Dan.
Cheers, thank you.